What's up, everybody? You were tuned in to the Cris
Mo.
podcast, episode 108, Takeover Wednesdays. Hope everybody's having a good night. Came out a little hour early, you know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
we decided to jump on real early so we can get into these topics, you know what I'm saying? We got a lot to talk about, NFL stuff, college football stuff, also some P. Diddy stuff. So got a lot of things to speak on tonight. So without further ado, let's get to it.
Yes, sir.
And we are back, Chris Mall Podcast, episode 108, Takeover Wednesdays. Maul, what is going on?
Oh man, nothing much, bro. Another day, man. How you doing?
Pretty good, man. It's my Monday, so
Yeah, yeah. You know how
lucky,
that goes.
lucky you ain't had to come to work today.
Yeah, man. Do some. I don't know if people can tell. I'm pretty sure you can probably tell. Like my eyelids swelling up, man. So I was like, nah, I'm good, man. I ain't dealing with it. Been dealing with this the last couple days though, but it is what it is, man.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. All right, man. Let's talk about Bryce Young, man. So
Yeah.
Bryce Young has been benched. Andy Dalton will be starting on Sunday when they play your Las Vegas Raiders.
Hmm.
Um, there's been a lot of back and forth with this subject matter. You know what I'm saying? You heard Stephen A. Smith talk about it. You've heard other, talking heads on the sports media outlets talk about it.
Hmm.
Um, everybody knows about, if you don't know, but most people who are in the NFL circles, they know about Dave Tepper, the owner of Carolina. He hasn't been glowingly,
Yeah.
he's not one of the best, the more fonder owners
Right.
in the league. And a lot of people think it's toxic over there, and they haven't put Bryce Young in the best situations. We all know last year, they didn't really have the best weapons. Their offensive line was probably one of the worst.
Hmm.
And then you bring it into this year, you have what's his name, Dave Canales. His name
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah, yeah. The guy he came from Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay. Yeah, he's the new head coach. So they brought in a new head coach, a new offensive coordinator, all that stuff. Um, and you know, I know Mel Kiper talked about it, how he didn't do no training camp. He did like one drive on third game, where it's only third and fourth string guys, and
Hmm.
he did that one good drive, and they was like, "All right, we good." You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like they didn't do him no favors by not, you know, putting him out there and getting him used to his weapons, Deontay Johnson, Xavier Leggett, and we'll still keep building that rapport with Adam Thielen.
Hmm.
Um, it hasn't looked good the past 2 weeks. I think uh, I don't have it in front of me, but he hasn't scored a touchdown yet, and I think they haven't even scored over 7 points or whatever, or 10 points. So um, it's been all bad. And so they end up benching. Well, the first, Canales after the game, after they got beat down, um, he said that Bryce Young was their quarterback. And then you fast forward to Monday, he says Andy Dalton is starting. They asked him if Dave Tepper was the reason. He said, I'm not going to comment on that. So we all kind of put two and two together that Dave Tepper is the one who probably told him, I want Andy Dalton to start because I want to put butts in seats, which is kind of crazy in
Yeah.
2024. lean on Andy Dalton to do that.
Mhm.
So, and you listen to a lot of his teammates, and a lot of teammates are standing by Bryce Young. Even Andy Dalton himself, what I'm saying, gave glowing reviews of Bryce Young. Um, Sam Baker Mayfield, said some things. They're going around the league, and people are
Yeah.
showing love to Bryce Young, saying that they're still good in that kid. We know that he could play. It's just the situation that he is. So,
Mhm.
how do you feel about the benching? And do you think with this, do you think the benching is good, and or do you think Bryce Young needs to get the hell out of Carolina?
I think honestly, I'm really I was really surprised that they benched him. I get it, he wasn't playing well. I even heard Stephen A. Smith throw out a statistic that they've only led 10 seconds the past 10 games or something like that. It was pretty crazy. Look, man, I'm not gonna sit here and say Bryce Young has played well. He has not played well, but at the end of the day, he hasn't been given the proper tools to be able to succeed. I don't even think has been given the time to succeed. His first year, we all knew what did people expect from that team? That team was not winning anything that year. That offensive line was terrible. You got rid of his best offensive player in DJ Moore when you traded him to the Chicago Bears. So he didn't have anybody to throw it to. Yeah, he had Adam Thielen for a little bit, but they looked a little promising towards the end of the year. They were moving the ball. They were able to score some points and stuff like that. So it seemed like it was heading in the right direction. But obviously, you changed head coaches. Who's the new who was the OC for Tampa Bay last year, and he helped out Baker Mayfield. And he comes in, he installs a new offense that Bryce Young has to get very familiarized with. We got to also remember their star running back that's supposed to be the starter, Jonathan Brooks. He's not even playing yet. You know what I mean? Like he probably won't play until probably after week 6. So. And then you added Deontay Johnson. He has to get familiarized with him. You add him into the core with Xavier Legette, another a rookie wide receiver with Adam Thielen. The only person he's really accustomed to is Adam Thielen. But when you try to add in all those other pieces, it's just going to mess up with the flow of the offense. So, and then on top of that, the offensive line hasn't really helped him either. So, and the running game, as I just said, hasn't helped as well. So for them to, and then for him to, and for the head coach to literally just say like, yo, this is my guy, and then all of a sudden to just be like, yo, we're gonna bench him. It's kind of it's very disrespectful to me because you're literally going in the media and you're telling him, and I don't know what's going on behind closed doors, but from the reports, Bryce Young doesn't seem really too happy. He seemed pretty blindsided by the decision for him to be benched. I just don't think you gave him the proper opportunity to be able to succeed. And then for you to, after 2 weeks, you can't even give him a month to even try to see if this thing could get going. You know what I'm saying? Like, they played a Saints team that surprisingly seems like the best team in football right now. You know what I mean? And then who they play last week?
I forgot.
Off the top of my head, I can't remember who they played. I feel like it wasn't a bad team or anything like that.
Hold on. I'm looking. They played the Chargers.
The Chargers. So you played the Saints first week, who looks like they're the best team in the NFL, and then you play the Chargers team, who has Justin Herbert and Jim Harbaugh, and they're no slouch. J.K. Dobbins look like the best running back in the league right now. So I'm like, what do you expect from this team? Like, I think he needs way more time. I said it last week. I think Bryce Young should consider asking for a trade. You know what I mean? Try to see if you can go to somebody who will actually give you the benefit of time. Like we see Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield been thriving outside of the Carolina Panthers. We seen DJ Moore. He's thrived outside of the Carolina Panthers. You got rid of Brian Burns. Like you've gotten rid of some really good pieces that honestly you should still be on this team. So, and then you add an owner like David Tepper, who literally traded the whole farm away. And that makes no sense either. You traded the whole farm away for this kid just to give up on him a year and some change. That makes no sense to me. Like this organization is ran like dog shit, respectfully. Like it just is what it is at this point. If Bryce Young can get out of there, God bless him. I don't see anything with Andy Dalton. Like, yeah, he adds some veteran leadership at the end of the day, but he might move the ball a little bit better. But I don't expect this team to do anything. I saw a little commentary with some Raider fans, kind of upset that we weren't going up against Bryce Young. Like we should fear Andy Dalton. I'm gonna be honest with you. Any Raiders fan that's sitting here saying that we should be in fear of Andy Dalton, and if the Raiders are in fear of Andy Dalton, then we have more problems than we are led to believe. So we should still win this game easily, especially with that defense. So I feel bad for Bryce Young. I agree with a lot of the players that have been kind of outspoken about this, and it just makes it if you're a young QB coming into this league, why would you want to go to the Carolina Panthers? Let's say it's Shedeur Sanders. Do you think Shedeur Sanders is going to want to go to the Carolina Panthers? You think Cam Ward is going to go into the Carolina Panthers, or Carson Beck, or any of these, or Quinn Ewers, any of these quarterbacks that want to go there because they've seen how they treat their players? And if you don't produce, we live in this society. If you don't produce right away, like CJ Stroud, which is a once in a lifetime thing, Patrick Mahomes, a once in a lifetime thing, and then Patrick Mahomes sat for the first couple years. So, like, what are we talking about? CJ Stroud is a once in a lifetime kind of achievement where what he did in his first year. You don't see that. Peyton Manning, like, had one of the most god awful records through so many interceptions, and we see what Peyton Manning is today. So, for them not to give the patience to this kid and expect him to be this MVP style quarterback right out the gate, like, it just makes no sense. Their evaluation just shows that it was poor. Their development team shows that it's poor. Their coaching staff looks like it's poor, and it all starts with the ownership. It looks poor.
Yeah, and that's why, like, when people, and as fans, we all have our right to judge and say what our opinions about certain players and how we feel about them. Some people are going to be higher on certain players, some people are going to be lower on certain players. But we got to understand, man, that jump from, I don't care what college you went to. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you went to Alabama. I don't care if you went to Texas and you had, a lot of times you have a lot of weapons with you. And when you get into the NFL and you're a top 5 pick, just be prepared because you're going to a sorry team for a reason. Like the what the Houston Texans did last year is an anomaly. Like that don't happen a lot. Like they got 2 cornerstones, and they, shout out to their scouting team and the GM over there for getting 2 cornerstones, one on offense, one on defense with CJ Stroud and Will Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
But even with that don't guarantee you that you're gonna turn it around and make it to the playoffs. Like a lot of stuff has to go right, and it starts with the front office, to the coaching, to the culture that you bring to that team. And I'm not trying to say anything about the head coach for Carolina. I know he's a brand new head coach. This is his first coaching job, and usually it takes coaches a couple years to get their culture in the room. You know what I'm saying? Now, are some coaches you could just, like Urban Meyer, when he came to the NFL, you just knew the culture was bad. He had to go. You know what I'm saying? Nathaniel Hackett to the Denver Broncos, you knew that was just a bad situation. He had to go. But there are some coaches that get in there and they're not able to get the players that they want. They got to retread players that came from the last coaching staff. They don't even fit their scheme, but they got to use them. And the same thing with these quarterbacks, man. Sometimes it's context, where they got drafted at. Who are they throwing it to? What's their offensive line look like? Like, and we be so quick to be like, man, that dude trash. He suck. Whatever. Look at Derek Carr's brother, David Carr. That dude went to a horrible situation with the Houston Texans. His offensive line was terrible.
Yeah.
And by the time it was over, he was ruined. Like
they ruined him as a quarterback because you can't sit here and tell me that none of these quarterbacks don't deserve to, like, he was picked unanimously to be the number 1 pick.
Yeah.
So to me, that just shows the reflection of you as a franchise. Like, let me ask you this. Do you honestly think that Dave Tepper was the main, he was the one that made this decision? You don't think that Dave Canals, don't you think it seems like it's more of an ownership decision than a first year head coach?
Yeah, I that's why I said at the press conference, I think that said to me everything you needed to know when they asked him, did Dave Tepper make this? He said, I'm not making no comments on that. You know what I'm
Doesn't
saying?
that
Like,
look bad on him as a head coach? Because now it just shows you don't have no leadership or control of your
mhm,
team. You know what I mean?
mhm,
So if me as a player, if I'm Adam Thielen, if I'm Xavier Leggett, if or any of these veterans who I'm like, you're looking at this team like, yo, what? Why am I here? Why am I
mhm,
here? Like the ownership is literally dictating who even starts at this particular point in time. You know what I mean? Like you made the call to literally throw away your future for this kid. So why wouldn't you give him the 3-4 years that he probably needs? As you said, you don't have the offensive line. I don't care if it was Patrick Mahomes on his team. He would not be successful on his
no,
team as a first year. CJ Stroud
mm-mm,
would not be what he was last year on this team. Nobody. Josh Allen would not be who
mm-mm.
he is on
No,
this team.
bro, none of them.
Nobody. I don't care who you say. Aaron Rodgers, nobody,
Mm,
because of the offensive line and the talent around him, and then the ownership dictating what should be done to this team. Who knows what else the ownership has done behind the scenes? We don't know. Like, yeah, as you kind of were hinting a little bit, yeah, it's kind of easy for us to watch it on the TV on the field and be like, oh yeah, homie sucks. But we don't know what goes on in the meeting rooms. We don't know
mm,
what goes on in that locker room. We don't know what just the temperament of everything that goes on and what goes on inside those gentlemen's heads, especially when you're a young quarterback in your second year, starting your second year, learning a whole new offense with no one to help you. No one to help you. Deontay Johnson isn't this great receiver. He's not like he's A.J. Brown coming to the Carolina Panthers. He didn't do anything in Pittsburgh. He barely did anything in Pittsburgh. Adam Thielen is an old wide receiver. Yes, he was really good, but he's an old wide receiver. What is he, like 36, 37? And
something like
Xavier
that.
Leggett is a rookie wide
Rookie.
receiver who just got off an injury. And you have an injured running back who has star potential, but he is injured and not there. So tell me who he has to help him succeed in the offense. You don't have no O-line and you don't have no weapons, and the defense ain't gonna help you but so much. So
Yeah.
like, why are you making this decision? Look, this is the most dysfunctional franchise by a mile. We should even do, honestly, on Monday, I was even considering maybe we do the list of the most dysfunctional franchises in sports today. And honestly, they would probably be number one.
Yeah.
It wouldn't even be close. Like, if you're a Panthers fan, you like, no wonder the tickets are going for 99 cents, man. For all we know, they might be giving them shits away with a fucking milkshake at this point. Like, this is
Yeah.
how bad this franchise is. And if I'm a fan, I wouldn't even be that caught in any of those home games because this ownership don't deserve your money and they don't deserve your time.
Did you see the trade that Chase Daniels put together on the faculty?
I think I remember he sent Bryce Young to the Rams, Matthew Stafford to the Panthers, and I forgot who the third team was.
No, he sent Matthew Stafford. It's a 3-team trade. So he sent Bryce Young to the Rams. He sent Matthew Stafford to the Dolphins, and
Dolphins, okay.
then
And then they get the
Panthers
first round pick or something.
and Panthers get Dolphins second round pick and Rams third round pick.
That's even worse. You trade. Do we not need to go on what was sent out to get Bryce Young? Do we need to revisit that? And you're trying to tell me you want to send him out for a second and third rounder? No. What you need to do is, like, honestly, I don't even know how you even go back to Bryce Young. At this point, you should just trade him. Why would he want to start for this team anymore? He looks dejected. Like, there's no confidence in him no more. You literally killed any little confidence that he had left. So why would you not just go ahead and trade the kid? Trade him to a situation that could be better. Trade him to the Rams and with Sean McVay. I would love to see what Sean McVay would do with Bryce Young. Trade him. If Sean Payton is such a genius and Bo Nix ain't working out, you might as well give him a shot. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many other situations. Honestly, I want him.
Brian Daboll, get on the phone, baby.
Brian Daboll, get on the phone.
Get on the phone, baby.
Look, I know where we are as a Raiders franchise, and I know like there are rumors about Matthew Stafford and other shit and what we're gonna do in Jeff. But hell, if it's gonna cost a third or a fourth, like his value is so low at this point, you'd be lucky to get a fourth for him. You know what I'm saying? So like, you might as well give it a shot if you're the Raiders. Like, just have him as a backup and just see how he develops. What's going to hurt? Like, any team who needs a quarterback or has quarterback questions, like, you should just try to give him a shot because this kid, look, he was too talented at Alabama for him not to get a true shot. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I'm like, the Giants should honestly really call him, be like, yo, fourth round, fifth round?
What y'all need?
Send the deal. We'll take Bryce Young. Because honestly, it can't get no worse with Daniel Jones. You know what I mean? Like what Bryce Young is going, like Daniel Jones went through a totally different situation. He's had Brian Dable. Like, you know what I mean? He's had talent around him. He's had Saquon. Now he got Malik Neighbors. And like, yeah, he looked a little bit better last week. We'll see how
Malik Neighbors catches that ball, they probably win that game.
They win the game, yeah. So you know what I mean? But it's not gonna hurt to see what Bryce Young is capable. Like what do you like? Bryce Young might be really good. We just don't know it, you know, because he just wasn't in the right situation. So I feel bad for him, man. I'm sorry he has to go through this, but I pray that he gets out of that situation. I hope a lot of those players get out of that situation.
Yeah, man. I pray for the kid, man. Hopefully this sit down, he could just take a breather, aside, take a step back, man, and just.
And if you're Cannell's the head coach, like, how do you feel? Like, you'd be like, damn, this is my first head coaching job. I might as well should just stay with Tampa Bay and kick with Baker for one more year. You know,
going into week 3, and we already benching our quarterback
already.
It'd be different if it was like week 8, week 9.
Yeah, but we're talking about week 3, and then now we all know that you have no control of who's starting for your team. Like, you don't even have control of that. So what are you here for? What are you here for? So I think it's bad in all situations, and I'm surprised people aren't talking more and more about how bad this situation is.
Yeah, man. They need to get that organization away from Dave Tepper, for real. Yeah. Give it to somebody.
He just got it. How long has he been the owner of this team? Like, what, 4 years?
So 4 or 5 years, and they said, what did Stephen A. say? They've had 10 head coaches, something like that.
Insane. It just don't get much worse than that, man. It really don't, man. Like, that's pathetic. That's really bad.
Yeah, it's bad. All right, man. Let's talk about college football week 4 predictions. We don't go through every game, but
no,
I picked a few games out that I feel like are important this week that we could talk about.
For sure.
So we got what's that? I want to get the days right because I kind of just wrote them down. Go to ESPN. Boom. College football schedule. All right. So on Friday, you got ranked 24 Illinois at ranked 22 Nebraska. We all know about Dylan Raiola, aka Patrick Mahomes Jr. Nebraska's been playing pretty well. Their defense is really good. He's pretty good quarterback. This is going to be, Illinois. They beat. Who did they beat? They beat somebody good.
I could look it up. I'll look it up while you continue talking.
They beat Kansas. That's right. They beat KU. Yeah, they're coming in. I think Nebraska's going to win this game. I just think their defense is pretty good. I think they're going to do enough. I think Dylan Raiola is going to have a really good game. And yeah, man, I think Nebraska is going to continue to ascend in the college football ranks. Illinois is not going. It's not going to be it's not going to be no blowout or nothing. It's going to be a close game, but I got Nebraska winning.
Yeah, no, I think this is going to be a really good game. This is going to be a really close game. The only reason I would slide Nebraska is just because it's home field. They got the home field advantage on this. That's the only reason why. But if this was on the road, I would probably pick Illinois in this game. So if Illinois does win this game, I would not be surprised. But they do got a big one. Their next game is against Penn State. So it's going to be a tough back-to-back couple games. But I do expect Nebraska to squeak this out. I'm still waiting for Dylan Raiola to kind of like give us like a show out game. You know what I mean? Like, he does everything Patrick Mahomes, but I haven't seen a Patrick Mahomes style game yet. You know what I mean? I've seen a couple passes here and there, but I need to see a little bit more, man. I haven't really been too impressed with him, but it's still early in the season, so we'll see.
He's a freshman still.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So he's silly. Hold on. Go back. Okay, come on. Pull up. There you are. So then, Yo Squad.
Yeah.
The Gators.
Yeah.
Mississippi State.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big game, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm picking Florida, man. I think Florida gonna win this game, man. It's gonna be close.
I don't. I do not know why. I got to see who. I haven't really looked into who's starting. If it's DJ Lagway, then I think we'll win. But if you're starting Graham Mertz, I don't know. And honestly, the confidence within Billy Napier, I think it's gone. So the fan base has turned against him quick. It's only a matter of time before he gets fired. If he loses this game, I expect to see Bill Napier fired from being the Florida head coach next week. So I'm not. I'm always going to go for my Gators, but it's hard for me to see them winning on the road.
For sure. Then at 12:30, you got number 11 USC at number 18 Michigan.
Yep.
USC has looked really good.
Mm-hmm.
Michigan looked a little bit better last week, but I'm picking USC. I know they're in Michigan, but I'm picking USC. I just think they're the better team. I think they have the better quarterback and the better offense. And I don't think Michigan's going to be able to score with USC. So, and I think their defense has played a lot better. So, I'm going with USC by a touchdown.
Yeah, I don't think it will be as bad as what we saw against Texas. I think Texas is just on another level. I don't even think USC's on yet. I think that defense still needs to get a little bit better. But offensively, though, yeah, I just don't see how Michigan matches up offensively and matching scores. I think Michigan's defense is good, but I think they'll get worn out second half, start third quarter, and then I think you start seeing USC roll. Yeah, and I agree with you. I could see touchdown, 10 points, something like that.
And then you got number 12 Utah against number 14 Oklahoma State. Man, both of these quarterbacks is old as hell.
Yeah, they are. Yep.
They call this the Unk Bowl. So
what was the average age? Like 48 or something like that?
Yeah, it's 44, I think,
44
altogether.
Okay.
Because one of them's 24, one's 25, I think.
Yeah, it was older than the Bears Texans game on Sunday. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Jesus. Hey, but shout out to them though.
Yeah, man. I'm going with Oklahoma State. They're at home. They usually play really good at home, so I got Oklahoma State winning this game.
I can never trust Oklahoma State in the big game. I'm going with Utah. I've seen Utah prove itself over and over again in big situation type style games. They've always been spoiler to like Oregon and USC as far as like getting big wins. And then their quarterback is no stranger to that. So I'm going with Utah. Usually their defense is really, really good and holds its own. So I'm gonna go with Utah in this game.
And then we got Cal traveling to FSU. If anybody needs a win this week, it is Florida State. If you lose to Cal, Novell, just turn your keys in, and yeah.
Let me ask you a question: is DJU starting?
I don't know.
If he's starting, take Cal. I don't care who it is. If it's Bishop Gorman and DJU starting, take them. Do not take Florida State. If it's another quarterback, Florida State might have a chance. But if it's DJU, they have no shot to win this game. They have no confidence in that quarterback, and I don't know why he's still starting if he is.
Yeah. Last but not least, I got number 6 Tennessee traveling to number 15 ranked Oklahoma, going to Norman.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a good game, but I got Tennessee winning this game. I just think they're the better team. You know, Oklahoma has struggled against lesser competition, so I just think Tennessee's just gonna. I think they're gonna win by a couple of touchdowns. So I got Tennessee winning.
Yeah, I got Tennessee in the route. I don't even think this is gonna be close, and I think it's in Oklahoma too. But nah, that quarterback is way too nice. They got too many weapons on the outside. I think their defense isn't bad. They've been playing really good. And you even said it. Oklahoma has struggled a little bit. I think this is a route. I think they're winning by 20 plus. Honestly.
Yeah. All right, that's our college football week predictions.
And UNLV winning on Saturday too.
Well, they got a bye week, so.
Oh, they got a bye week this. I thought they played this week. I thought they played this week. No, my bad. Well, it's a win anyway, so.
They played the following week for sure.
My bad, Reds. I'm so excited to see y'all play. I thought y'all played this week. My bad.
All right, man. Let's talk about the big news, man. P.Diddy got arrested, dog.
The diddler.
So he got arrested for sex trafficking and sexual abuse. It's not looking good for Mr. P. Diddy.
No.
He was and I think he was on what was his bond, like $5 million or something like that.
Nah, he was trying to get a bond for 50 million. He said he would pay 50 million. He'll give up I think his home in Miami, his parent his mom's home. He would release his passport, him and his family. But they denied. He had an initial hearing yesterday for bond. They denied it, and he had his second hearing for bond, and they denied it again. So he will be in jail until trial. So.
It's not looking good for him.
No, no. And then there were 5 white women that are going to be part of this trial. It is over. It is over. If you think any of those white ladies haven't brushed this whole case with a fine tooth comb, it's a wrap, my guy. Honestly, man, when you read what was in those documents, man, it was really disturbing. Obviously, they kind of hinted a lot of stuff of what we saw with the Cassie video. Obviously, it seems like the Kid Cudi situation when his car getting blown up is real. And who knows what else, because even the U.S. State General Attorney or whatever he was, the black gentleman, I forgot his name, but he even said there's still an ongoing investigation. Like, so who knows what else that they're gonna find, and what other more charges that could potentially be added to the case. They even said they have videos, audio recordings of all these freak offs, which I'm only waiting for the leaks for that. You know what I mean? Obviously, there are little leaks here and there. I know there's like a leak of, him and Meek Mill going at it or something like that. So, go listen at your own risk. But look, man, hey, you know what, Diddy? Yeah, it's not looking good. I think he's facing 15 years to life. What is he, like 50 something? So it's not a good look, man. I'm assuming by the time this thing goes to trial, I don't know if they're going to speed it up or not. I doubt it. I would assume the trial will probably start sometime next year. But just even seeing the draw images of him in court, man, I can only imagine what that scene is like inside that courtroom. I can only imagine what the scene is going to be like when the trial actually starts. I think the heights of this trial, as far as like coverage, is going to be, I think, close to OJ levels, honestly, to me, of just how Diddy has been in our culture for a very, very long time. He's been one of the more prominent faces in hip hop and Hollywood and New York and all that. So yeah, man. It was when I first got the alert that he got arrested, I was like, I knew it was coming, but it still was like a shock. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna remember, like, damn, I remember the day where I was when they said homie got arrested. You know what I'm saying? So look, man, as you said, it doesn't look really good at all. And seeing his kids and all that, going through what they go through, you feel bad for them in the sense they're kids, especially the younger daughters and stuff. Like, they don't know what's going on. But I'm also curious to see who else is involved in this case. You know what I mean? I think they hinted at there could be potentially other arrests going on in this case for their involvement in it. Managers, high C executives and stuff like that. And who knows who else, you know what I mean? So I'm not surprised that they denied him bond, you know what I mean? Especially with the access of money that he has. I know he was trying to sell his jet, but we saw what Russell Simmons did. Russell Simmons got the fuck out of here the moment he was going on his little instance, you know what I mean? So now he's over there teaching yoga and Bali and stuff. So, and we didn't, who knows what Diddy would have did over there. But yeah, man, it's crazy, man. I'm fully invested in this case. I'm gonna be paying very close attention to it, so I'm sure we'll bring it up more. But man, it's crazy, man. I'm only intrigued to see what else comes out in this case.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's about to get crazy. Do you think there's a chance of him taking a plea deal?
Nah, honestly, unless if there's like an instance of like there's somebody bigger that they can get, I doubt it. I think they view Diddy as the main cog and everything right now. My thinking is Diddy gonna start ratting like 6ix9ine? Like, is this boy gonna just start spilling everything? Like, yo, this is what's going on. This person is involved with this. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's the more curious thing for me. And yeah, just whatever else they have on those tapes. You know what I mean? Like, as I said, it's only a matter of time before TMZ leaks some of these audio tapes and some of these videos. Man, it's only a matter of time. So I'm just curious to see who else is gonna come down in this case with him. You know what I mean? I don't expect it just to be him. I think it's going to be quite a few others. You know what I mean? And then from what they said, they were talking about children. I think Variety had an article where it was even children that were involved in this, and they had over 20 victims. They said dozens of victims and stuff like that. So it's crazy, man. I'm really curious. I don't think his lawyer has been doing a good job. You know what I mean? He's been on this like world tour of going on like CNN and all that stuff like that. I don't think he's really helping his case. You know what I mean? Especially like after the video, man, people already presume him guilty already as it is. You know what I'm saying? With that Cassie video leaking. So I think right now, I think his lawyer needs to just refocus on this case and really trying to go through this through a fine-tooth comb and stop paying attention to, trying to do this media tour, man. I think if he wants to help Diddy at all, try to see if you can get a plea deal, or if not, man, you better have the best case in history. You better be on your Johnny Cochran shit, like dead ass. So, yeah, it's interesting, man. It's really interesting.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's nuts, man. And who would have thought we'd ever be here?
Nah, yeah. R. Kelly situation. Yeah, you know what I mean. I said I'm very curious to see what happens, man. I said they even said that there's multiple people in that could be involved in this trial or have their own separate trials, man. So it's gonna get interesting here in the next couple months. I'll say that. Like, do you have a fear? Do you have a fear of any potential chances of us getting news that maybe Diddy passes away in the custody? Like, this kind of same situation. I remember seeing a reporter ask about that because of the Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein was under their surveillance when he was going through his trial, same district jail and all that. You thinking there's any potentials of that, and should there be any thinkings of that?
I wouldn't be surprised if it happened.
Yeah,
but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
I don't think it's gonna happen. No. So, but if we got a news that P. Diddy is dead and committed suicide or whatever, then yeah.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, I don't want to see that. But look, if he did these crimes, man. He need to go to jail. You know what I mean? I think he needs to pay his justice, and whatever the justice says that he needs to do, then he should do that. You know what I mean? But he does have kids and all that. I don't want to see that. Even if he is as evil as people are portraying him, he still has kids that love him. He still has a family that loves him, and we gotta respect that to a degree. So I wouldn't want to see that. But hey, if justice is served by what he did, then he needs to go to jail for life. So, but yeah, we shall see, man. I'm gonna have my eyes tuned to this.
Yeah, for sure. All right, man. Let's give our 5 must-win games of the week. I'm gonna let you go first.
Okay, so I kind of did what you did last week. I know last week I had a mixture of it, but I separated. I did the NFL and I did NCAA. So I'm gonna start with NCAA. Number 5, I have Kansas versus West Virginia. I think this is a big game for both teams, but specifically for Kansas. They lost. They're 1-2 right now. They had high expectations with them being in the rankings. You even had Daniels being in as a Heisman hopeful. I think this is a must-win game for them if he wants to have any chances of keeping that chance. Number 4, I have my Florida Gators against Mississippi State. They need to win this game. It's desperate. I don't have any hope for it. If they start Graham Mertz, Billy Napier is pretty much literally at the last end of his rope with having his job. So I have that one. 3, I have the Illinois-Nebraska game. I think this is a big game for both of them to kind of maintain their spot and having a chance to make the playoffs. I think they both need this game, especially Nebraska. They're going into Penn State the following week. USC, Michigan, I think this is a big game for both teams as well. Michigan, they need this to have any kind of hope to remain, have a chance to remain in the playoffs. USC still has a couple big games down the road. But either or, it's a big game. And then NC State versus Clemson is my number 1. Clemson definitely needs to win this game. If they lose it, they're completely out of having any chance of making the playoffs. And for my NFL, number 5, I have the Bears Colts. This is a big game for both teams. Both teams coming off a loss. I think more so for me, like I think the Colts really need to win this game, man. We had some high expectations. I know the Bears had high expectations, but Caleb Williams is a rookie quarterback. They do have some injuries with Keenan Allen and all that. So, but it's a big game for both 49ers and Rams. Who's going to win that game? I think that's a big game for both. 49ers going through their injuries, Rams going through their injuries. Division's up for play. Both teams need that win. Jags versus Bills, big must-win game for the Jags. They need to win this game if they want to have any chance of winning their division and getting out of their funk. Number 2, I have Cincinnati must win against Washington. They need to win that, especially with that division. The Steelers going up 2-0, and I expect the Ravens to get back up. And then number 1 has to be Ravens against the Cowboys. I think both teams need a win, especially for that blowout loss with the Cowboys, but especially for the Baltimore Ravens. We all both didn't expect them to go 0-2. So, those are my top 5 for both college football and NFL.
Yeah, I just got 3 pros and 2 colleges.
Okay.
I agree with you. Baltimore versus Dallas. Baltimore needs this more. I think I actually think they need it more than Dallas. I know Dallas got smoked. I know they got smoked last week, but that's just Dallas being Dallas. Baltimore, we expect better from them.
Yeah.
So they even though say what you want, but that Raiders game is still a tough game. You guys have a good defense. So Washington at Cincy got to get this win. If they lose to Washington, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. They got to get this dub. I think they're getting T. Higgins back. That's gonna be a good sign for them. But they definitely got to be Washington, especially at home.
Yeah.
Jacksonville at Buffalo. Yeah, Jags. You probably should have won the first game. And last week, you looked out of sync. You didn't look good at all against Cleveland, and it just wasn't good. So you definitely need to beat Buffalo. Buffalo they could take this loss.
Yeah.
And then in college, I gotta go with Florida State and Cal, man. Florida State. If y'all don't win, dog, Norvell, it might not be looking good for you, brother. You know what I'm saying? They might be calling Dion on the phone right now.
They better hurry up because there's gonna be a line for that.
Yeah, we call it
and Urban too. Don't forget about Urban.
Everybody, they're gonna be calling all kinds, some people. And then Florida, they got to get dub. Y'all got to get dub.
Yeah, we do.
Y'all need that dub, man, because your boy, he might be gone. So, yep. So those are my 5 right there. All right, man. Let's do our Bet USA Surefire picks.
Yeah, for sure. Let's do it.
All right, go ahead, man.
Yeah, I always forget. You always play that. My bad. So for this week, I got Patriots +6. I like them to keep it close in that game. I have the Packers money line. Seems like Jordan Love might play, so I really like that if he does play. I got the Ravens money line. I expect them to win this game on the road. I can't see them being down 0-3. And then I'm taking the Volunteers, man, -7 against Oklahoma.
Yeah, so I separated mine with college. So I'm gonna go with my college picks first. I got Illinois +7.5. I'm going Colorado -1. I got Tennessee -7, and then I got USC -5 for college. And then pros, I got a few. Houston -1, give me that. New Orleans -3. I'm gonna take that at home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm with you with Green Bay, but I just took the +1 to play it safe. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then I took your Raiders -5. Y'all better beat the hell out of them. Arizona, I'm taking the +3. I think they're at home. I think they're gonna be all right. And then I'm taking Baltimore -1. I think they're gonna be desperate in this game. So yeah. I think I'm gonna take them. And then I usually don't bet on my team, but I'm gonna take the 3.5 Kansas City.
Okay.
So if you go to any of our social media platforms, you see the link for the Bet USA website. First time users, go in there, sign up. Minimum of $100 up to $5,000. You make your deposit. You put in the promo code JOIN125. You get 125% signing bonus. 3 risk-free bets. What does that mean, Chris? That means that all 3 of your first 3 deposits, guess what? You lose, you keep your money. You don't even risk your money. You know what I'm saying? It stays in your account. It's risk free. Boom. You can live to fight it 3 times. You got 3 lives. Make you some money. So go there, man. Make you some money, man. Sign up. And that is our Bet USA Surefire
Mm-hmm.
picks.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. Let's do our NFL top 5 power rankings.
Yeah, let's do it. You want to go first? You want me?
I'll go first.
Okay.
I'm gonna start from the bottom. I'm gonna go number 5. I got Buffalo. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I didn't expect them to, be they 2-0 right now, but they did it. You know what I'm saying? And Josh Allen has looked really good. He's looking like an MVP candidate this year. So I got Buffalo at number 4. I'm going with the Buccaneers. Buccaneers look really good. For the first 2 games, Baker Mayfield's looking kind of like MVP candidate himself. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with them. Number 3, I'm going with Minnesota. Had a very impressive win over the San Francisco 49ers. Sam Darnold is cooking. Got to see about Justin. I know he said he ain't gonna miss no games, but injuries get to lingering. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
number 2, I'm gonna pick my Chiefs. I knocked them down from 1. I'm gonna pick the Chiefs. They squeaked one out against the Bengals, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna still put them there. And I got New Orleans Saints as number 1. They've looked. I know who they played the Panthers week 1 and they played Dallas, but still, like you can't discount what they've done. It's like you got to put them number 1, in my opinion. So
Yeah, no. So we kind of got a similar list, a little different order. So number 5, I got the Buffalo Bills. So me and you match right there. Number 4, I got the Bucks. I agree with you. Number 3, though, I had the Saints. I had the Saints at number 3. I know they look like the best team in the world, but again, they did play the Carolina Panthers
I
first
hear
week.
you. I
They
hear
played the Cowboys second week. Yeah, it was a good win on the road, but still got to see a little bit more. I know Derek Carr could be a little inconsistent. I got your Chiefs number 2. I know it was a close. They didn't look good at all last week. I'm gonna be
you. No,
honest.
they didn't.
They
No,
didn't
they
look
didn't.
good, but you still got to put respect on the name. They did find a way to win the game. Isaiah Pacheco out for at least looks like maybe a month and a half, maybe 2 months.
Yeah,
That's a big blow. But we'll see how it goes in the future. And then number 1, I got the Texans, man. I think the Texans, I think
I'm
hands
not
down
mad at that.
are the best team to me.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. All right, man. Your favorite segment, Maul's Random News. It is now time for Maul's Random News.
All right, man. Yo, man, you gotta quit playing me, man. I know you like this too, brother. Like, stop playing. We both love this segment, brother. People love it. Y'all love it. All right, man. So first up, seems like the Earth is about to get another moon. Earth is set to temporarily obtain another moon on September 29th. The asteroid known as a mini moon is expected to make a single orbit journey around the Earth, ending on November 25th. What's your thoughts, man?
Okay. What was I supposed to say about that? Like, hey, getting another move.
You ain't nervous that this asteroid might be like, yo, man, fuck this, right? Like they might hit us or some shit, man. You know
No, well, shoot, if
it should be interesting though to see 2 moons. I think it'll be kind of freaky though, a little bit, don't you think?
Yeah, it's gonna be hella freaky.
I wonder how big it's gonna look though. You know what I mean? I thought Ma was gonna say the Raiders. Hey Morgan, yo, chill, bro. You know what I mean? Let's not go there. Like I love my team, but you know what I mean. I ain't gonna be crazy, bro. I ain't gonna jinx it, man. I ain't gonna jinx it at all. Next up, NLE seems like he's pretty pissed about another complex list. They did a top 20 rappers in their 20s list. I'll read you the list real quick. I'm pretty sure you ain't gonna know half these names. 20, you got Cash Cobain. 19, you got Jack Harlow. 18, you got Bossman D-Lo. 17, you got Baby King. 16, you got NBA Youngboy. 15, you got Sexy Red. 14, you got V's. I like V's a lot. 13, you got Dolce. Album was amazing.
Yes, sir.
12, King Carson. I like King Carson. 11, Lil Uzi Vert. Haven't heard anything from a while. 10, got Chief Keef still in his 20s. I thought he'd be like 30 something. Chief Keef. 9, you got Lil Baby. 8, you got Lil Yachty. 7, Glorilla. 6, Lotto. 5, Yeet.
Mm,
4, Megan the Stallion,
okay.
3, Central C,
Mhm.
2, Doja Cat, and number 1, Playboy Cardi. Number 1, what you think about the list, and number 2, does NLE Chopper have any? Is he right that he should be on this list?
I, I'm gonna be real. I'm disqualified from this for even speaking on this. Like I don't know what the kids think is number one
Right,
nowadays.
right, right.
I recognize a lot of those names on the list. I'm surprised on some of the rankings. Like
What are you surprised about?
like Jack Harlow so low. I thought Jack people love Jack Harlow. So
Mm,
you know, uh, I'm not familiar with Playboy Cardi's music, so
yeah,
you know.
I,
I don't know if he's the number one young guy out there. I thought NBA YoungBoy was that guy. Like as much as them kids swear by him, I thought he was the guy. So I don't know.
yeah. I think NLE Chopper should be on this list, man.
Who would you
He's
take off?
who would I take off? Like Central C got to go. I don't understand why motherfuckers hype Central C up. Like I do not get it. I like some Playboy Cardi stuff, but as of lately, I'm not a big Cardi fan. Um, I think Dochi off that album alone, I think she should easily move up into the top 5. Man, she might be the best rapper out of all these motherfuckers. I'm gonna be honest with you.
She
That girl,
nice.
that girl
She
can
nice.
spit. Lil Uzi Vert, yeah, like I think Lil Uzi Vert should be higher. He hasn't put out anything as of late, but just with
His
he's
fan
done.
base is
His
huge.
fan base is huge, man. Another surprising thing, I'm not surprised, but yet surprised. Lil Baby should be higher, but he hasn't really put out great quality music. I think the last couple of joints he's put out have been a little bit better, but I thought Lil Baby might be a little higher.
Do you think
Um,
what's his name? What's his name? A young boy who just did a song with Lil Wayne. What's his name?
Lil Wayne?
He
I
got
don't
that
know,
song.
bro.
He got that
I don't,
song with Lil Wayne.
I don't know, bro. Um, Baby Keem hasn't put out anything enough for him to get into the top 10. But if he puts out more music,
Cordier.
he had 17. He's on 7. He's at 17.
Cordier's at 17.
No, Baby Keem. Baby
I,
Keem.
I was saying Cordier.
Oh, Cordier. How old is Cordier? Ain't he like 30 something?
Is he
30.
30? Yeah,
Might
look
be
at
30. He may not be. I don't know. Half these kids, you know what I mean? Who knows?
27.
He's saying, oh yeah, yeah, I think he should be on that list. You know what I mean? I'm trying to think. I don't know their ages, man. So there's probably other artists that probably should be on this list that aren't. I do like V's a lot. V's is really good. King Carson, I do like King Carson. I think Loki. I think V's, Dochi, and King Carson should all be a little bit higher. But overall, man, this is for the young kids, man. You know, what I mean, I listen to some of this shit, but
This is one that's
yeah, I
conflict.
do think NLE has a point though. I think he definitely should be on it. I think he should definitely be at least top 10, man. He should be top 10, top
Look,
15.
look. This one complex list. I'm gonna say, yeah, I got it. Yeah, I got this one. I'm gonna roll with y'all. I'm gonna see what I'm gonna roll with. I'm gonna roll with y'all. Say it. I don't know. Hey, it's not my type of music.
Hey, shout out to everybody that made it on the list
Yeah,
though.
yeah, for sure. For
Um,
sure.
Next up, sad news. Tito Jackson reportedly suffered a heart attack and has passed
Yeah,
at age 70. I think that was a couple days ago. Any thoughts on that?
yeah, man. Just a sad news, man. You know, a legend, man. You know, part of the Jackson Five, and you know, they're as much as we praise Michael Jackson, Tito was right there, in the beginning stages of Michael Jackson's growth. And you know, he I know he played the I think he played the guitar. But he was a talented brother, man. Talented brother, and man, sad to hear him go. Thoughts and
Absolutely.
prayers to the Jackson family, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Talented family. We get the importance of Janet and Michael Jackson, but
Mhm.
they all played an important role of all their success and the music that they were graciously enough to give us with their time being on Earth, man. So prayers out to his family, prayers out to the Jackson family. Next up, the family of Blackfeet Chief, who served as the face of the Washington Redskins for 48 years, wants the team to change their name back to the Redskins. The fans want him back, and we want him back. The family told Fox 90% of Native Americans supported the Redskins name. What are your thoughts? Do you think they should go back if they agree to it and or not?
I don't know, man. That's a difficult subject, man, because for years we was hearing that it was so offensive. Now I don't know who said, if I've heard this before, that
Mm-hmm.
that redskin name, that face was
Mm-hmm.
a chief that they represented, and it was a representation of him.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to these subjects, it's like, it's difficult. You know what I'm saying? Because if the people of that culture is cool with it, then who am I to say no?
Yeah.
So
I agree with you. I think it comes down to the people who should offend. If they don't feel offended and they feel okay with it, then I think it should be no problem for them to go back to the name. You know what I mean? If a lot of the Native Americans believe it's okay, I don't see a problem with it. You know what I mean? So hopefully they get that resolved. I personally don't see them ever going back to the name, but you never know. You never know nowadays. The Redskins name is very synonymous and within NFL history. So next up, Ruby Rose finally reveals that the relationship with Drewski was all but a payment plan, pretty much.
uh,
Obviously, I'm gonna ask, are you surprised or not?
no,
Juicy kind of
no,
responded with the meme of "Love don't cost a thing" with his face on it.
no, not at all. Shout out to Drewski, but we knew you wasn't pulling that girl.
Nah, man. Shout out to Drewski. Hey, yo, funny motherfuckers they get chicks,
They
bro.
do,
They
they
do,
do,
man. They
but
do. They
Ruby,
get chicks, bro.
but Ruby Rose been passed around the whole industry.
I think she said they didn't hit. I think they did, but that's just me. But who cares at the end of the day? Next up, Kevin Lyles is stepping down from his role as chairman and CEO of 300
Mm,
Entertainment. Some people hinted that it might have some things to do with the Diddy case and all that. What's your thoughts on this?
mm, that's my thoughts. And he ain't the only one. I saw a list. I saw a list of executives that hung around that circle.
Very convenient timing. That's all I'm gonna say. It's very, very convenient timing.
The
Hey,
industry and the embassy about to get raided too. It's only a matter of time.
how much fear do you think the music industry has right now with this Diddy
Oh,
case?
they scared as hell. You think
Yeah.
Diddy don't know a lot of stuff?
Diddy
Y'all
know a
better.
lot of stuff.
Jay-Z start taking trips. Let me stop when we get canceled. I'm just playing. Jay-Z.
Some people were getting on Joe Budden because he took a vacation too around the same time. But I don't think he had too much involved with it. But you never know. Next up, Mr. Beast and Amazon are being sued by contestants on his upcoming Beast Game show. A couple things are failed to pay minimum wages and overtime, failed to prevent sexual harassment. Participants were provided uninterrupted meal breaks and rest breaks. Several contestants ended up hospitalized. Others reported suffering physical and mental complications while being subjected to chronic mistreatment, degradation, and for the female contestant, hostile working conditions. What are your thoughts on this?
Man, that's crazy. That's all I can say. It's crazy. It's nuts. And you said they're suing them?
Yeah. They're suing Mr. Beast and Amazon.
Get all that money.
If any of this is true, this is not a really good look for Mr. Beast. I feel like he's been in the news a lot for some not some pleasant news. But if this was the case, man, man, get that money, man, for real. We live in the age that this shouldn't be an issue anymore. Next up, seems like we're getting Passion of the Christ 2. Reportedly start filming in early 2025. Are you going to get your movie tickets? Did you watch the first one? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I went to see the first one. I grew up in the church, so I had to go see it, check it out. Very emotional.
What were your thoughts? What were your thoughts on the first Passion of the Christ? Do you think it was too graphic? I know a lot of people were. The conversation was the of him walking down, getting lashed, and all that.
I mean, that's what happened. I mean, that's. I mean, if you believe in the Bible, you know what I'm saying. That's what happened. That's what they depicted. What happened. And if you're gonna give that depiction, then hey, you got to give that depiction. It sucked to see that, but it is what it is. I mean, that's what happened to him. It ain't no different from any of these other movies y'all watch, 300 and all that stuff.
Yeah, for real, yeah,
So y'all champion that. Now you're mad because, okay, they're showing a representation of Jesus. I mean, that's a biopic.
Yeah, no, it's true. Like, my thing is, do we need another? Do we need another passing?
Well, I mean, the third one. I mean, the second one is probably going to be when he rolls on the third day, and all that stuff. So I get it.
Okay. Next up seems NFL players, and then they had another vote. Jets QB Aaron Rodgers has been voted NFL's most annoying player. Chiefs Travis Kelce came in second place, and
Wow.
surprisingly, Odell Beckham Jr. came in third place. What are your thoughts?
Who voted this?
I don't know. I think it might have been fans. Let me see.
Probably just fans.
Might have been fans, most likely. It doesn't really say. I don't think it was the players though. But what are your thoughts on that list? Do you think it's the correct list as far as most annoying players? And if not, who is your most annoying NFL player?
That's a difficult one. Well, my most annoying player is Jamar Chase by far.
Of course, it's a Cincinnati Bengal, bro.
It's Jamar Chase
Of
by
course.
far.
Yeah.
But I get Aaron Rodgers. I do. I
get Travis Kelce too. I don't get the Odell Beckham Jr. thing. I don't.
Now I get the Travis Kelce. Like, if you asked me that 3 years ago, I'd be like, oh, for real?
3 years ago, no. But ever since the Taylor Swift thing, and I think everything going on with the Chiefs, continues. Yeah, I think I could agree. I don't get the Odell Beckham Jr. thing. He hasn't been. He's been out of sight, out of mind as of late.
Like, but I think people are annoyed with the whole, like, I don't know how do I explain this. Like, you ain't been that good for a few years, and you still trying to portray yourself as that you are.
Yeah, I get it, but I don't know. I feel like he's been out of sight, out of mind.
I'm surprised the obvious one ain't on the list.
Who?
Deshaun Watson.
Is he annoying? He really doesn't say anything though. We just know he just likes to get happy endings in the spot. That's all we know. You know what I'm saying? I think Patrick Mahomes should be on this list, man.
No,
he's annoying as fuck, bro. I'm sorry, he's annoying. Bro. His whole family is annoying. Between his daddy, he keep getting arrested. His brother that keeps his brother that is molesting restaurant owners. You got the wife. Oh my God, let's not get started on her. And come on, man. How is it not Mahomes in his family? They all annoying, bro. Come on, man. What are we talking about?
Mahomes is not annoying.
He's number one. I think Aaron Rodgers.
He's a company man, and he says all the right things.
You even get annoyed with his family, don't you?
No.
Jackson,
yes.
He lied.
Jackson, yes. Brittany don't bother me.
Oh, okay. All right, bro. Yeah, well, all right, man.
Brittany don't bother me.
Okay, all right. I got a couple more, man. Next up, John Jones says his next fight with Stipe Miocic will more than likely be his retirement fight. What are your thoughts, man? What do you think? Do you think he's the greatest of all time as far as in UFC?
I mean, of course, I think he's the greatest of all times. He's proven it time and time again. Now, it's unfortunate that he's had the demons that he's had with his drug use and all that stuff. That's kind of derailed his career. He could have been looked at in a higher light had he not had those issues, or those issues hadn't derailed his career. I just but I still think he's the greatest of all time. But yeah, he probably been looked at like a Mike Tyson almost if UFC had he not had those issues.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Johnny Bone Jones, man. Looking forward to that fight. Hopefully it's not his last. Hopefully he fights a couple more. And last but not least, got the early 2025 mock draft, experts. I'll read a couple of the bigger names. They got number 1, Carolina Panthers. They got them selecting Quinn Ewers from Texas. They got the Giants at number 2 selecting Shedeur Sanders. At number 4, they have the Tennessee Titans selecting Will Johnson, cornerback of the Michigan Wolverines. At number 6, they got the Washington Commanders selecting Travis Hunter. I think that would be really interesting if that were to happen. Yeah. Number 7, they got my Raiders taking Carson Beck of Georgia. Number 13, they got your boy Luther Burden going to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
He fits. He would fit.
At 13. At number 16, they got the Browns taking Cam Ward. And then at number 21, they got the Jets taking Jalen Milroe. What are your thoughts on those initial hearings of those experts NFL 25.
I'm not mad at those picks. None of those picks that you read off don't. They all make sense. So
No, yeah, they do. They do. I get the Jalen Monroe to the Jets. You know, you kind of banking on you know, who knows if Aaron Rodgers is going to come back again. No, yeah, Luther Burden to the Steelers makes sense. Cam
him
Ward,
and George Pickens would be a crazy tandem.
no, absolutely. Cam Ward to the Browns, I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
Travis Hunter on the Commanders, I think that would be amazing for the Commanders. They finally have a true cornerback, or even a number one to go along with Terry McLaurin. So yeah, very interesting. But no, that's it for random news. Your favorite segment and mine.
It's the segment that's sweeping the world right now.
Every day, man. Come on, man.
All right, man. Let's talk about Bleacher Report's biggest weakness for every team.
Let's do it. I'll bring it up. Let me see. Bring up the list. All right, so here I'll go by them really fast for you. So for the Arizona Cardinals, they have edge rusher as the biggest weakness. For the Atlanta Falcons, they have them as their second weakness, the second cornerback. For the Baltimore Ravens, their biggest weakness is edge rusher. The Buffalo Bills, their biggest weakness for them is also edge rusher and receiver. For the Carolina Panthers, obviously their biggest weakness is quarterback. For the Chicago Bears, they said their biggest weakness is the center, offensive depth, offensive tackle depth. For the Cincinnati Bengals, they said their biggest weakness is interior defensive line. I think we all both can agree to that. The Cleveland Browns' biggest weakness is quarterback and running back. I get that. For the Dallas Cowboys, their biggest weakness is center. For the Denver Broncos, their biggest weakness is cornerback. They got Patrick Surtain. I don't really agree to that. I think edge rusher.
I mean, outside of that.
Outside of that, yeah, I get it. For the Detroit Lions, they said their biggest weakness is cornerback. I can agree to that. For the Green Bay Packers, theirs is center. Let's see. The Houston Texans, they said theirs is interior defensive line. Indianapolis Colts, theirs is cornerback. I can agree to that. The Jacksonville Jaguars, they also have cornerback as their biggest weakness. Here, how about this? Kansas City Chiefs is next on the list. What do you think they said your biggest weakness is?
A linebacker or I would say linebacker.
So for them, they got you as interior defensive line and cornerback as your biggest weaknesses. You agree to that? No. Okay. For my Raiders, obviously our biggest weakness is the quarterback. Chargers, they have the wide receiver position. Rams, they have center. Dolphins, they have interior defensive line. I think you might have to put quarterback up there, especially with everything going on with Tua. Vikings, obviously quarterback. Patriots, edge rusher. Saints, they have offensive tackle. Giants, they have quarterback. Jets, they have safety. Eagles, they have second cornerback. Pittsburgh Steelers, they have wide receiver and quarterback. San Francisco 49ers, they have left guard. Seahawks, they have guard. Bucks, they have cornerback. And Tennessee Titans, they have interior defensive line. And last but not least, Commanders, they have as cornerback. What are your thoughts on
I don't agree with the Tennessee one. I think that interior defensive line is one of the best. Jeffrey Simmons and then the Javondre Sweat kid is nice.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I don't agree with that. Their second one was tight end.
But that what was the African dude's name? He actually pretty good.
Nah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hey, it's not my list, brother.
I know it's not your list. I'm listening to some of them. It's just like I ain't trying to be a homer, but no, I don't think interior defensive line, Chris Jones and Gordon. Like, hold on now.
I don't know,
what? Okay, corner.
Yeah.
outside of Trent McDuffie, I think Jalen Watson has played really well as the number 2 corner. And like, let's just keep it real. I said this before.
Mhm.
Name me a team that's got 2 dual cornerbacks is just like top tier. Like it ain't too
Nah, it's
many.
very rare, man. You
You're
haven't
lucky
really.
if you just ask for your second quarter to be solid.
When's the last time? When's the last time we even seen that though? Like maybe the Jets
Maybe
when they had Darrell Revis and
yeah,
Cromartie at the time or something like that.
maybe Akeem Talib and Chris Harris Jr.
Yeah, maybe that one. Yeah, that one too. Yeah, yeah.
That was a nice tandem. But
That
other
was
than
good.
that, it's just like, man, how like you lucky if your corner 2 is like solid. Yeah,
Nah, yeah, yeah, nah.
he gonna give up some, but hey, you keep it at a minimum, bro.
And when you think about it, what do you think is the hardest position to find as far as like great talent?
Offensive line.
I think offensive line, even more so than cornerbacks.
Yeah, because you can like there's still some you can develop good cornerbacks. Like that's still a position that's easy to develop. Whereas an offensive line, it's hard to develop because they don't have that many practices to develop offensive line. You got to simulate football for you to develop an offensive line. There's only so many pads you can hit and so many fake stuff coming at you as an offensive lineman. You only learn. Our left tackle is learning by trial by error. Like Trey Henderson was taking that boy to school.
Yeah.
And that's the only way he's gonna learn. Like,
nah, I feel you. I feel you.
Like, it is what it is. But if you're a left tackle and you came from, I don't know, UNLV, and then you go to the NFL, it's gonna be it's gonna be a learning curve.
Yeah. No, I agree.
So yeah, that's what I said. It depends on and then with corner, it depends on the system. Like you can, if your system fits around the corner, you can hide a corner too, or put him in the right. He's a zone corner. Is he a man-to-man corner? You know, it's so many different types of corners. And then if you got good safety help, like you can kind of mask your cornerback group. But you know, offensive line, that's difficult. It's difficult.
I feel you.
Wide receiver is probably the easiest because there's so many 7-on-7 leagues nowadays.
Receivers, running backs. I think quarterbacks is getting easier. I think with quarterbacks, it's more so just schemes and how much talent you got around them.
But they implemented so much of the college game into the pros, like it's making it easier. And then all the defensive, like the rules that are so skewed against the defenses is making it easy too. So it's just
for real. Yeah, we see all the talent in college football with quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So that's why I was just like, offensive line's got to be the hardest. Now, the hardest to play is probably corner because you can't touch them after 5 yards, and it's like, all right, can I do like?
It's mainly skill on that position. Yeah, like, you gotta be skillful on that.
You gotta learn how to work the sidelines and
facts. Yeah,
know how to place your hands right that they don't throw that flag. At you.
Development wise, O line. As far as playing the game, I think cornerback is probably the hardest. Yeah,
because how many times have offensive line been highly touted and then they come out and they suck because it's hard. It's a hard position.
Yeah. Important position too.
Yeah, very much so. So, all right, man. Let's switch to the WNBA, man. A'ja Wilson and the Aces expectations for the playoffs.
Yeah,
I'm gonna let you start this off, player.
So the Aces are 26-13. They got one more game left. They won their last 9 of 11 games. Their only 2 losses were to the Wings. They lost 93-90, and then they lost to Liberty 75-71. That was without A'ja Wilson. She had I think she had like the ankle injury or something like that. So if they had A'ja, who knows how that would have went? They might have won that. They beat the Fever 2 times and the Connecticut Sun 2 times in that run. A'ja Wilson, obviously, she's averaging 26.9 points, 11.9 rebounds, 2.3 assists, 1.8 steals, and 2.6 blocks. She became the first woman in WNBA history to score over 1,000 points. You have the likes of Kelsey Plum scoring 17.8 points, 4.2 assists. Jackie Young, 15.8 points, 4.4 rebounds, 5.3 assists. We still haven't even gotten a great year from Chelsea Gray yet. I think she's averaging maybe about like 7 points. I think the Aces are rolling right now, man. I think they're looking really good. I think they're finally hitting their peak. A'ja Wilson has been dominating all year, but I think everybody else from Tiffany Hayes, it seems like she's getting more comfortable in her role. As I said, I think Chelsea Gray coming off that injury, I think she's finding her rhythm. I think she's finding her stamina. So if we can get her link, I think Chelsea Gray is, to me, could easily be the best point guard in this league. It's just mainly health with her, so hopefully she can stay healthy. But Kelsey Plum has been playing amazing. Jackie Young is probably the best two wing defender and player, man, in this league, man. So I expect big things from the Aces. Obviously, their biggest competition, I think, is the Lynx. To me personally, I think we're very familiar with the Liberty. Liberty have the record; they have been the best team, but I think we're very familiar with them. I don't think they make us nervous. I think the Lynx are a really solid team, man. That they've been whooping our asses the last couple of games, man. This year, I don't even think we beat them at all this year. So I think that's a matchup to watch. I think we it seems like I think we're going to be playing the Storm. I think playoff starts Sunday. I think we're going to be playing the Storm. I think that series, I think we should be able to sweep that. But I'm excited for the Aces, man. I haven't been to a game this year. I really want to go to a playoff game, support those ladies. But I expect a chance for it. I definitely expect a high chance of another of a three-peat for sure.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. Look, they got championship pedigree. They've been there before. They know what this time of the year means. You know what I'm saying? So it's good that they're hot at the right time. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to go in limping into the playoffs, you know. So they're cooking right now. And Asia Wilson is the best player in the league. Once you got the formula, you're hot right now, plus you got the best player in the league. That's a formula of success in the playoffs. And so, like you said, the Lynx probably the biggest competition that they're gonna have to get over. But outside of that, yeah, man, I think the Aces have a great chance of holding up their trophy and three-peating this year. And yeah, I give them a really good chance to do that. So
yeah, and this is honestly the healthiest they've been all year too. So I think that's a really good sign as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Shout out to the Aces though.
Yeah, for sure, man. Asia Wilson, MVP and defensive player here.
Clean sweep.
Mm-hmm. All right, man. Let's do our NFL Week 3 predictions.
Let's do it.
So let's kick it off for tomorrow, Thursday night football. We got the New York Football Jets versus the New England Patriots. This is a tough game to predict, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know who's gonna win. The Jets then lost their best pass rusher, Jermaine Johnson. I know Hassan Reddick is looking at them like,
still looking a little sketchy too.
Aaron Rodgers, he looked better than the week before, but still, it was a dog fight during that game last week. So, and this ain't gonna be no different. But I'm gonna go with the Jets in a close game, low scoring game. I'm gonna say like 17-10.
17-10. Look, man, if Will Levis didn't do a dumbass behind the back behind, I don't know what the hell he was doing. I think the Titans win that game. I think this Patriots defense is really good. I think Jacoby Brissett, he plays a solid game. I'm gonna go with the Patriots, man. I think the Patriots win this. I think they steal it. I agree with you. I think it's a low scoring game. I got this 17-14. I'm gonna go Patriots.
Okay. Then we got the New York Football Giants versus the Cleveland Browns. Another game. I don't know who's gonna win this game, but they're at home. I think that defense is starting to rev up a little bit. I'm gonna go with Cleveland. I think they do just enough to win the game, and plus Daniel Jones on the side.
Yeah, I think with this defense alone, this defense should win this game on its own. They might even outscore the Giants offense by itself. Like, look, man, I get Daniel Jones looked a lot better. It was great to see Malik Neighbors have a really good game. We see the potentials that he could be. He can literally compete as being the best receiver in the league in the next couple of years.
I know he plays for. I'm not saying it because he plays for the Giants, but he looks a lot like Odell out there.
I think I think he's bigger and faster than Odell. You know what I mean? Catch radius, I think, is the same. So, but I think the Giants will lose this game. I got the Browns winning. I think they win by a touchdown.
Yeah, I got the Green Bay versus Tennessee. Jordan Love possibly could be coming back. He's been practice. He practiced today. If he does, I got Green Bay winning, man. I think it's gonna be a tight game, but because he's coming back from an injury, but I do think he's gonna win. I think Will Levis will give a Jair Alexander pick six.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Look, I know we talked about Bryce Young and him getting benched. Look, I think Will Levis has done more to get benched than what Bryce Young has done. I'll be honest, with all those dumb-headed turnovers that he's done, he deserves to be benched. I'm definitely going Packers. Even if Jordan Love doesn't play, I'm going Packers. I think Malik wants revenge on the Titans if he gets a chance to
yeah.
play. So
And I just looking at what Brian O'Callahan said to him last week. What the F are you doing? Woo, man. All right, man. So we got the Chicago Bears traveling to the Indianapolis Colts. I know the Colts, they just lost. Who did they lose? One of their top defensive linemen. Who did they lose for?
I forgot who it was, but it was I forgot who it was that they lost. Big loss though. I forgot.
Yeah, he was a big loss. I'm gonna go Chicago. I think Caleb Williams is gonna do enough to win this game. I think that defense for Chicago is really good. They was giving C.J. Stroud some problems on Sunday night. So it's another low scoring game, but I got Chicago winning somewhere in the realms of like 20-17.
Yeah, no, I'm agree with you. I'm gonna go with Chicago too. I think Caleb Williams has a small breakout type of game. I think obviously the situation we saw with DJ Moore looking frustrated, Caleb Williams looked frustrated. I think they'll play a little bit better this Indianapolis. I think the running attack for the Bears could be big too. Indianapolis Colts cannot stop nobody in the running game at all. Josh Jacobs had over 150 yards, and I forgot how much they gave up in that first game. Joe Mixon had over 150 yards the first week and a touchdown. So I got the Bears winning. I think they win this game. I think the Colts have a lot more bigger issues than we originally thought.
Then you got the Houston Texans traveling to Minnesota. Minnesota is rolling right now. Houston look really good. Nico Collins looks like a top 5 wide receiver right now.
Oh, easy.
He's like top 5. But I'm impressed with what Brian Flores is doing with this Minnesota defense, man. He's a really good defensive coordinator. But I'm gonna go with Houston. I think I got to roll with C.J. Stroud on this one. I think Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter make things tough for Sam Darnold this weekend. I think they, get a couple sacks. Derek Stingley, I think I ain't gonna say he's gonna put the clamps on Justin Jefferson, but I think they contain him enough for them to win the game.
Yeah, we talked about earlier Justin Jefferson. I think he practiced today, so it definitely seems like he's trending to play. Look, man, I think the Vikings are going to give him a good game. I don't think this is going to be a blowout by any means. They're at home. They're very confident. That defense has played better than I thought they were capable of playing. Sam Darnold looks very comfortable in that offense. But I just think the Texans are just too talented, man. I think they have too many weapons on that offensive side. Their defense is rolling right now. D'Amico Ryans, they have them balling. So good. I think it'll be a good game. Come down to the wire, but Texans will pull it out.
Then you got the Philadelphia Eagles traveling to the New Orleans Saints. We all know that the Saints have not played the best of competition. Now we'll see with Dallas, but they haven't played. Panthers are they're the worst team in the league, but this is going to be a big test for New Orleans. We'll see. Philly's coming off of a game where they probably should have won. Kellen Moore, I'm looking at you, Kellen Moore. Yeah,
Saquon Barkley too. He should have caught that.
He should have caught the ball, but God damn it, there should be no reason after the 2-minute warning. You run, you get the first down. I say, you know what? This game is over. I turn to Raw, watch the end of the Raw. It about 10 minutes. I come back. It's 1 minute and 46 seconds. How the hell? What the? What? What they do? What they do? Like, no. So, but I'm sorry, Eagle fans. You're gonna take an L this week. I think New Orleans is hyped up. Clint Kubiak is gonna be the new hot thing as far as offensive coordinators. He's gonna be the new Ben Johnson. They gonna score on y'all. because that secondary is still in question. If the Eagles, and if you think they're gonna stop Chris Olave and Rashid Shaheed, you got another thing, and Alvin Kamara. Yeah, I got New Orleans Saints.
Yeah, I just think honestly the Eagles have no pass rush at all. Um, Derek Carr's going to have a lot of time in that pocket, and when he has time, I know firsthand Derek Carr can sling that rock, man. So I'm not saying they're going to score another 40 points. If the Saints score another 40 points again this week, man, they might be the greatest show on turf. You know what I mean? They looking like the old Rams with Kurt Warner and Isaac Bruce and Torrey Holt and Marshawn Faulk, man. And honestly, when you look at the squad, it's kind of similar, though. It's kind of similar. Chris Olave, Rashid Shaheed, like, look, I'm not putting them on the same status as a Torrey Holt or Isaac Bruce yet. But Alvin Kamara has a lot. No, I'm not even gonna put Alvin Kamara as Marshall Faulk, but Alvin Kamara does his game is similar to Marshall Faulk.
It is
you know
very.
What I mean?
He's very.
And yeah, and Derek Carr is the same. Like when he has a clean pocket, just like Kurt Warner, he can sling that thing. He can throw up some points. So he seems very comfortable. I think the Eagles just have a lot of issues on that defensive side. AJ Brown doesn't seem like he's going to be playing.
He's not.
I expect Saquon to have a bounce back game, but this defense has been playing really well. So, and we all know the Saints crowd is going to be hyped up. My man Flanagan's going to be out there. So shout out to Flanagan. Hope you enjoy the game, but I'm sorry, brother. I don't think y'all going to win this one. So you might come back a little upset, brother. So, but I got the Saints, man.
Then you got the Los Angeles Chargers traveling to Pittsburgh. Look, the Chargers they look okay. They look good. They know who they are. They run the football. They got a good offensive line. J.K. Dobbins looks like he's going to be comeback player of the year if he keeps on the trajectory that he's on.
Yeah.
Justin Herbert does just enough to win the game. We had a Quentin Johnson sighting last week.
Yeah, we did. Surprisingly.
Two touchdowns.
Yeah.
I think TJ Watt's about to wreck this game again.
Yeah.
Low scoring game. What? 13-10 Pittsburgh.
I agree. I think they even said Justin Herbert has a hurt ankle. He missed practice today. So that's not good news. He's gonna have slow wheels if he does play. TJ Watt is looking like defensive player of the year. Don't sleep on my boy Max though. He's right behind, but I would give it to TJ Watt right now. He's probably the leader on that position. Look, Steelers do just enough to win this game. This defense is really amazing. Justin Fields at home. Justin Fields is due. The more he plays, he's going to be due for a big game. We seen it last year when they played against the Commanders and DJ Moore had them 3 touchdowns. He had almost 200 yards. He had over 200 yards. So Justin Fields has that capability in him. Do we see it this week? We shall see. But I agree with you. I think the Steelers win.
Denver travels to Tampa Bay. I think Denver is like right in line with Panthers as one of the worst teams in the NFL. Tampa Bay is just rolling right now. I don't, Patrick Surtain, he'll probably lock up Mike Evans. But have you seen Chris Godwin? Chris Godwin looks like old Chris Godwin. He healthy now. He been balling. So
Patrick Surtain might be on him.
Yeah, you never know. But I just think Tampa Bay's the better team. I think they have the better offense and the better defense. And they're at home. There should be no reason why they lose to Denver.
Yeah. Yo, Sean Payton, I'm still waiting for your genius to show up, my brother. Still waiting, man. Haven't seen it in a long, long time. Baker Mayfield and this team is rolling. Tampa Bay is gonna be 3-0 after this week.
Yeah, for sure. Then we got the Carolina Panthers coming out here to Las Vegas to face your Raiders. Let me tell you something. Y'all lose this game and give y'all hell no the week. I'm just letting you know right now. You're getting Antonio Pierce is getting hell no the week. Mark Davis, he's getting hell no the week. Gardner Minshew, Devontae, all of them getting hell no the week if y'all lose this game. Y'all should win this game by 2 touchdowns.
Look, if this was like maybe last year's team, I would not be surprised if we lost this game. This seems like a game we would fucking like. It'll be close. And we would mess this off. But AP has his defense rolling. Our offense seems like we found a little rhythm. We have Brock Bowers, who's looking like a generational talent. Devontae Adams out here doing Michael Jackson catches and stuff like that.
Give me those fantasy
No.
points,
Don't
man.
sleep on Jacoby Myers. He's due for a breakout game. Trey Tucker's in there too. Zamir White seems like he's getting more comfortable. Madison as well. There's no way in hell we lose this game. The Raiders will win this. Our defense is going to come smoking. People think that we should be fearful because of Andy Dalton. No one's fearing Andy Dalton. You better fear this defense. My brother Lacey watched this game. I told you we top 5 defense. We coming for y'all. I think we play y'all in December. So be ready for that Raider defense, bro. We coming for that ass. So yeah, Raiders all day.
Yeah, I got the Raiders. You got the Miami Dolphins traveling to the Seattle Seahawks. Look, no Tua. They got Tyler Huntley, he's okay. He's an okay backup, but Seattle's kind of rolling right now, and I like the way Geno Smith is playing right now. He's starting to get into a groove. I think Seattle wins this week.
I think the easy answer is Seattle, but I think Dolphins have the ultimate trump card, and his name is Tyreek Hill. I think, look, you just never know with Tyreek Hill. Like, I get it, their quarterback situation isn't the greatest right now. I like Huntley, he's good. I think they just signed him. I don't think he's going to be starting. I think it's going to be Skylar
Thompson.
Yeah. But like Devon Achane is still healthy. They still got Jalen Waddle. You still got Tyreek Hill. You would think that the Dolphins would lose. You think Seahawks would win, but look, man, I've seen the Seahawks do weirder things before, man. I'm gonna go shock, man. I think the Dolphins go out there and they sneaking in. I think Tyreek Hill has a big game. They're gonna find a way, and I think the Dolphins win. They're gonna play for their boy Tua.
Okay, I'm not mad at that. You got the Baltimore Ravens traveling to Jerry Land, Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
Look, man, Baltimore's desperate. I think Lamar Jackson goes off this week.
Yeah.
And I think Isaiah Likely and Zay Flowers have a really good game. I think Derrick Henry has a decent game himself. I think they're going to pound that rock. Hit a couple over the top for Zay Flowers. And, I think Isaiah Likely is going to kill him in the middle. And I think Lamar's just going to run all over them. And I just think they're desperate, man. They need a win. You know what I'm saying? So I got Baltimore.
I don't see any cornerback able to hold Zay Flowers or Isaiah Likely. We've seen it before. I know Harbaugh said that Derrick Henry wasn't going to see 30 touches. He's seeing 30 touches this game. He's going to run all over this Dallas defense. As you said, they're desperate. I find it very hard to believe to see Lamar Jackson team going down 0-3. I can see it. I can see this Dallas Cowboys team going 1-2. I can't. You know what I mean? So I'm taking the Ravens, bro. I would be shocked if the Ravens don't win this game, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. You got a NFC West rivalry. San Francisco 49ers traveling to the LA Rams. Look, both of them are limping in here. Christian McCaffrey's on IR. Debo's not playing. And then Rams, Cooper's not playing. I think he's out. So this is not looking good for the Rams. They're falling apart. I got San Francisco. They still got enough in the wheelhouse to win this game. The Jordan kid, he's been playing really good. You got Brandon Ayuk still there, George Kittle. That defense is still intact. They'll be all right. I got San Francisco winning this game.
Yeah, this is the battle of Cedar Sinai Hospital, bro. This is crazy. No, I agree with you though. Niners, that defense is pretty healthy for the most part, man. I think Hufanga, he's practicing all week, so I think he'll be good to go this week. And I think his defense is gonna put a bang on Matthew Stafford to the point where he might ask to get traded at this point because my man ain't got nobody. But look, man, don't sleep on Tutu Atwell. We've seen Tutu Atwell have great games before, man. You still got Kyron Williams and stuff like that. But I just think that I agree with you. You still got Brandon Ayuk. We're still waiting to see the $30 million man produce. He needs to produce in this game. You still got Mason, George Kittle, Brock Purdy's still there. That defense is healthy with Fred Warner and all that. So Niners should win this game.
Then you got the Detroit Lions traveling to the Arizona Cardinals. I know this sounds crazy, but I think Kyler Murray has a really big game this week, and I think Marvin Harrison.
I'm trying to tell y'all, man.
I got Arizona winning this game, y'all. I
Look,
think it's
look.
gonna be a high scoring game. I don't think it's gonna be like a blowout or nothing. I think it's gonna be like in the 30s.
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think this week is a really good week of football. There's a lot of interesting matchups this week. A lot of must-win games, man. Even the teams that don't have a win. I think this is gonna be good weeks, man. Lions versus Cardinals. I think this is gonna be a really really good game. I think this is gonna be a high-scoring game. But I've been telling y'all, Kyle Murray, he really that dude, bro. Trust me, man. Marvin Harrison, he really that dude. James Conner, he really that dude, bro. Dortch, he nice, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all, bro.
That's my short
Arizona,
horse.
Arizona for the win, bro. I'm trying to
Mhm.
tell you, man. I know people in Detroit they gonna think it's scary times. Don't worry, Lions will be fine. Trust me. But this Arizona Cardinals team, that must watch, man. They're gonna be competing for that division. I'm telling y'all.
Got my Kansas Sunday night football. Got my Kansas City Chiefs traveling to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Um, Look, I ain't gonna never pick against my Chiefs.
No, you're not. I don't care. It's just might as well
um,
bring it to me.
I do. This is look. We looked horrible on offense last, especially Mahomes.
Yep.
I don't know what the hell he was doing last
Yep.
week, but one thing I do say is when we face NFC teams, that's when they open that shit up.
Mhm.
And I think that they're gonna open up that shit. Andy Reid's gonna cook them up, and I think we win by a touchdown.
Um, I think y'all gonna have issues in this game. I've seen it with the offensive line. I've seen a little bit with your defense. And then without Isaiah Pacheco, to me, this just means Patrick Mahomes is going to try to throw into tight windows, and we've seen he anytime interception. You even said it before. So the Eagles saved the Falcons season. They gave him some confidence. Kirk Cousins looked like a little bit of the old Kirk Cousins in Minnesota. Still waiting to see Kyle Pitts produce, man. I'm still waiting to see if that man is great or not. I haven't seen it yet, but you were able to get Drake London. Bijan looked amazing against Philadelphia. That Atlanta crowd gonna be roaring, man. I got Atlanta winning this game, bro, and I got them winning by a touchdown. I ain't gonna lie to you, brother. I really do. I think y'all gonna have a lot of issues, man, on Sunday.
For sure. Then you got Monday night doubleheader. You got Jacksonville at Buffalo. I'm gonna go with Jacksonville.
Bills winning this game, bro. I don't have no faith in Jacksonville at all. I
I'm
don't.
going with Jacksonville. I think this is. I think Sunshine's gonna have one of the few games that he has a good game. Travis Etienne's gonna have a good game, and yeah, it's
Okay.
gonna be close. But I
Yeah.
got Jacksonville. And then we got Washington traveling to Cincinnati and Bengals. I want to pick against the Bengals so bad. I want Jordan Jaden Daniels to put 400 on them. But it's not gonna happen, man. Cincinnati Bengals is gonna win this damn. Joe Burrows looked like Joe Burrows last week. I think he's gonna build off of that. They're pissed off about last week's win. They're gonna come in here pissed off. Jamar Chase is gonna have a big game. I don't know if T. Higgins is playing. If he does, he'll be solid. I don't think he'll be, do anything crazy. But I think they're gonna win, and yeah.
I'm going Commanders, dog. It's something about this Bengals team that just does not click with me, bro. It just does not. Like I know the Bengals looked they did look a little bit better against y'all. Um but I don't know. Something about this team I just do not trust. I really do not trust this team. I feel like Jamar Chase, having that blow up that cost him 15 yards, that didn't look normal. T. Higgins, I still would be surprised to see him play even in this game. And even if he does, I don't see him playing a lot. Joe Burrow, I think he's a turnover machine. He had a key turnover against the with that fumble that I think that if they didn't fumble, I think they would have scored, and I think that would have kind of sealed the deal on that game. I don't trust the coach. I don't trust his defense. I get it. The Commanders, they're offensively, they don't really look great. Their defense, their cornerbacks are probably some of the worst in the league. But I don't know. Something in me is just telling me that we're gonna see something weird. Where I don't know. Maybe Jaden Daniels has a breakout game or something like that. Brian Robinson Jr. has looked really good. Still haven't seen a big game from Terry McLaurin. I think there's gonna be panic in Cincinnati, bro. I really think that somehow, some way, the Commanders are gonna win this game. I don't know why, but that's just the way I feel.
For sure. For sure.
I'm sure that put a smile on your face.
Yes, it did. I hope to see it happen. I do. But I just think Lou. I think Lou gonna cook up something to confuse Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, we'll
Man.
see. We'll see. Like, look, in reality, should the Bengals win? They should absolutely win this game. It shouldn't even be close. But I don't know, man. Something about this team just does not scream out confidence to me.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, man. You got anything else?
Nah, man. Nah, I really don't have anything else. Do you?
Right on. Well, let's give a shout out to Magnet Sports Drink.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Magnet. Introduce yourself to Magnet, the ultimate sports drink. Are you ready to take your performance to the next level? Do you want a sports drink that eliminates the muscle cramps and fatigue when you're working out or training? Meet Magnet, the sports drink designed for athletes who refuse to settle for mediocrity. I know you're asking why Magnet. It's power packed electrolytes, and it rehydrates and restores balance with their scientifical formulated blend with magnesium that fights fatigue and boosts endurance. It has natural ingredients made with real fruit extracts and no artificial colors or flavors because your body deserves the best. It has delicious flavors like mixed fruit and watermelon that keep you revitalized and ready for action. It will boost your performance with essential vitamins and minerals. Magnet fuels your workouts, helping you crush your goals. Join the Magnet movement. Whether you're training, competing, or simply staying active, Magnet is your go-to refreshment for peak performance. You can order it now on our direct link, drinkmagnet.com. Also, you can use the promo code Cris and Mall to get $5 off your purchase. So make sure you go check out Magnet, man. Make sure you use the code, man. Shout out, Get Magnet.
Whatever streaming platform you use to listen to your podcast, the Chris Mall podcast is available, whether it be Spotify, Apple, Google, Amazon, iHeartRadio, whatever you use to listen to your podcast, Chris Mall podcast there. Follow us and listen to all of our episodes. And if you're a subscriber or you watcher on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, hit that notification button. So when we go live on Mondays at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, you can jump in the lives with us. We talk about these topics. We want to hear from you. We want to hear from the people. So go ahead and subscribe. And also, you can comment on the playback. You know what I'm saying? And also hit that like button. I can't stress it enough. Hit the like button and share it with your friends. All right? So subscribe to the channel. And whatever social media platform you use, whether it be X, Facebook, TikTok, Threads, Twitter, Threads, whatever you use, Chris Lamar is there. Follow us at Chris Lamar. We'll follow you back because we're just some regular guys who like to watch sports and music and movies and all that good stuff. So hit us up, man. If you got feedback, you got critiques, or if you got a question or a topic that you want us to bring up, regardless of what it is, if we like it, we'll bring it up on the show and we'll shout you out on the show because we want to show love to those who show love to us. So hit us up via DM, email, or our mentions, and we will get to you soon as possible. So, all right, good people. You know, another good week of sports, good week of football. Hope everybody stays safe this week, man. Whatever y'all doing this weekend, be safe out there, man. You know what I'm saying? And don't do nothing we wouldn't do. Okay? All right. All right, good people. Until next time. We out.